UFC 309 is being billed as GOAT versus GOAT, and that's because Jon Jones is the greatest light heavyweight fighter of all time, and Stipe Miocic is the greatest heavyweight fighter of all time, and that is statistically speaking. Both of them have the most amount of title defenses in their weight classes, and then obviously there's further conversations if Jon Jones is the sport's greatest fighter of all time. But either way, we have a tremendous heavyweight matchup going down in New York City, and I've got some bets for you. My name is Angelo. This is We Want Picks, and I'm going to give you my bets for UFC 309. Before we look forward, before I tell you about what I'm doing on this card, let's take a quick look backwards. Here's what we did on the last card. The top portion of this are my bets. The bottom portions are Jacob's bets. We're on an absolute heater. I am up 10 of the last 11 fight cards. The only card where I lost a couple of bucks was UFC Paris. Other than that, we are consistent. Slow and steady wins this race. Last week, almost 3 units of net profit, a 26% return on your investment. That ROI number is by far the most important number in this space. If you are new to betting on sports, new to betting on UFC, ROI is by far the most important number. A 26% return on your investment is a spectacular number. You can see here in blue, Eliza Zaleski and Melissa Mullins. That was a safety parlay. And thank God, because I was having a hard time finding that one. We are on quite the streak with the safety parlay, but luckily we were able to make that happen. Here's a look at the last 5 cards, both combined, myself and Jacob. The last 5 cards have taken place over the last couple of months because there was some breaks in between. Almost 17 units of net profit over 5 cards. Another 26% ROI. The long-term consistency is insane. The return on your investment is insane. Anybody can put 300 bets on the board, win 5 of them, and be up a nickel and be like, woo, we did it. Anybody could have 1 good week, 4 bad ones, but the 1 good week was good enough to cover and say, oh, I'm down the last couple of weeks, but we're up on the year. Well, if you zoom out, look at the last 10 years, we made $1. No. Week in and week out, we are having success. Nobody can win at a 100% clip, but we are winning far more often than we're losing. Here's the last 5 cards. If you want to unlock all the picks, the bets, the tools, the round line leans for UFC 309, also UFC 310, you can do so now. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top. It's freaking $10. $10. If you've watched this sales pitch before and you roll your eyes, oh, this fat slob's trying to sell me premium again, and you've ignored it, look what you've missed out on. Your choice. It's not just copy-paste bets, though. We do have tools, insight. A lot of our community likes to do their own research, make up their own minds, make their own decisions. The data analyzer is one of those tools. You're going to get a full tape study, stackable filters, any data point you could ever want or need presented in a very easy to digest way. You're also going to get the Prop Hunter. This is a curated set of data specifically designed to help you find prop bets. And of course, the line movement tracker. This is going to give you the opening odds, the current odds, win probability, and the line movement for every fighter on every card. So you can take a look at how a line is headed, which way it is going. Are you too late? Are you early? Should you wait? Should you pull the trigger? Every single tool, pick, bet, everything from not only me, but Jacob, Artem, WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. It's freaking $10. Let's talk about this card. Before I give you the bets, we got bets on the next slide. Relax. There's also chapters in this video, you crybaby bitch. Favorites and dogs. Listen, there's not a ton of value on this card. We've had to do some searching to find some value. All the confident favorites are way too expensive. I don't even have all of them on here. David Onama, that dude's minus 1,200. Forget it. I didn't even put him on the slide. It's not even worth it. The 4 most confident people in this card, Marcus McGee, minus 130. And my confidence has been building over the last week on him, and hopefully it's authentic, meaning hopefully my confidence is building in him because I'm looking at it objectively and saying, yeah, he should win this fight, and not because I'm looking at the lines and seeing everybody else as a ripoff. But we got Marcus McGee at minus 130. Mauricio Ruffy, minus 800. That's expensive, but it's honestly less than it should be, as ridiculous as that sounds. He should be in the minus 1,500 range. I don't know what James Yontop's going to do to Mauricio Ruffy. Bo Nickal, same thing. His line collapsed. He opened at a minus 2,000. He's now minus 1,200. I don't know where that's coming from, but I do know there are some diehard Paul Craig fans that are just blind to the fact that that guy kind of sucks. And that must be what happened to that line. Oh, Bo Nickal's going to take him down. Paul Craig's going to sub him. Come on, guys. Yes, he's done that before, but Bo Nickal's a different animal. Jon Jones, minus 650. Seems appropriate to me. If anything, you could juice it a little more. I think he comes in here. I think he gets a takedown almost immediately, and I think he gets it done. Some solid underdogs. There are some dogs on this card. Eduarda Moura is one of them. I think her opponent, Veronica Hardy, gets taken down a couple of times, but has the better striking, and she might squeak out a decision, right? That's what happened to Eduarda Moura in her last fight. She had a couple of takedowns, had success there, but couldn't really keep up with the striking, and ultimately lost the decision. But this is in New York. And this athletic commission might be like my old ass and value takedowns a little more than some of the new age judges. Eduarda Moura couldn't win this fight. There's a weight class change here. She can come forward, get the takedown, stay a dog, and she can win. Bassil Hafez, plus 240. I'm a little embarrassed. I'll show you on the next slide why. I think Bassil Hafez can win this fight too. Listen, guys, the love for Oban Elliott, I understand, but I'm shocked at the line movement. That's genuinely puzzling to me because Bassil Hafez is a bit of a dog. Yeah, he slows down. He's a little sloppy, but he's a bit of a dog. He will bomb away with his fists. He will shoot takedowns. He will come forward. He's not going to quit. And he just continues to try to make things happen. Short notice fight against Jack Della Maddalena looked pretty freaking good. The back and forth fight against Mickey Gall, and you guys are like, oh, Mickey sucks, and Mickey dropped him. Dude, Mickey's not as bad as everybody's pretending he is. I almost had him in my most confident favorites list, but I didn't because I didn't want to deal with the ridicule in the comment section. Chris Weidman, minus 105. Listen, he's old, and if you watch his first fight back from the horrific leg injury, I mean, that dude looked 100% done. And in his last fight, yeah, there was about 1,500 eye pokes, and it was a little ridiculous. But all of a sudden, Chris Weidman didn't look so bad in his last fight. USADA, not USADA, I don't know. But he didn't look so bad in that fight. And he's a little older, but he's a better fighter in this matchup. He's fighting Eric Anders. Eric Anders is tough. Former Division I national champion football player with Alabama. So he's an athlete. He's big, he's strong, but he's not fast. He doesn't have the technique that Chris Weidman has. I think Chris Weidman could absolutely win this fight. Then we got Michael Chandler. Listen, I want to go on record here. There's a lot of people who love writing down every single pick and tracking picks like they're equal. Picks are not equal. And if you track people's picks pretending they are equal, it's kind of a ridiculous thing to do, don't you think? I just said I'm very, very confident in Jon Jones. Just said that. And then I also said Bassil Hafez can win this fight. Those two picks are not the same, are they? Michael Chandler's in the same boat. Ultimately, there's a 2-year layoff here. And we already saw this fight. And Charles Oliveira already beat Michael Chandler. So I'm going very slight, insanely slight lean to the Charles Oliveira side. But the reality is, Michael Chandler was having success the first time he fought Charles Oliveira. Everybody just wants to pretend that wasn't the case. He was having a ton of success in that first fight. We've also seen pictures and video clips of Michael Chandler leading up to this fight. He looks insane. He is in spectacular shape, the best shape we've ever seen him in. He's also getting a little older. He hasn't fought in 2 years. And while his last couple of years in the UFC were him just being exciting, being fun, trying to get that paycheck, trying to build up a fan base, he's a little older now. He hasn't fought in a little while. And he may be squarely focused on getting a win. And if this Michael Chandler comes out ready to go in phenomenal shape, tucks his chin a little more than he usually does, squeaks in a takedown or two, he could absolutely 100% win this fight. So I think he's a great dog, and I think there is some value there. And I know people hate that take because everybody loves Charles Oliveira. Let's take a look at the actual bets. I do have 5 units on the board. I'll give you a bunch of them. We got Damon Jackson. I beat the line there. So while I'm embarrassed of the Bassil Hafez line, we did beat the Damon Jackson line by a shit ton. He's minus 170 right now. That's actually crazy. He is going up in weight against a pretty durable Jim Miller. But I think Damon Jackson gets it done. I think he can get the takedowns. I'm not worried at all about Jim Miller's jiu-jitsu. Damon Jackson's a very good grappler in his own right. So I think Damon Jackson wins this fight. I also parlayed the overs on the ladies. The Moura Hardy fight, the Karine Silva Vivian Araujo fight, 1 unit minus 115 there. I think both those fights go to decisions. I'm more worried about the Karine Silva one because she is so dangerous. She literally only has 1 decision in her entire career. But I think that Vivian Araujo is durable enough, veteran enough to make it work. Bassil Hafez, there's an asterisk there because I got my ass kicked on that line. Plus 135, I got my ass kicked. He's plus 220 something right now. So Definitely did not beat the line. Wish I waited. But we did beat the line in a couple of other days, so it all works itself out. All the reasons I mentioned before. I think Bassil Hafez can come in here, make it ugly, make it dirty, win a round or two while he's still fresh and has his cardio. Oban Elliott's tough, and he can do all the things, but he's not dangerous. And that's why I like Bassil here. If Oban was dangerous, this would be different. He's not dangerous. So I think Bassil can have some success and squeak out a win here. At his current odds, I may actually double down and throw a plus 3.5 bet on Bassil. That'll still be plus money. And all that requires is him to win a single round. It's basically betting the spread. So I haven't done it, but I may end up doing that. Then we have Marcin Tybura. I got him at even money, plus 100. He's a healthy favorite right now. The reason I bet on him is because I think he gets Jhonata to the ground. And we just saw Jhonata on the ground, and that dude is useless. Very good striker, absolutely 100% useless on the ground. I have an asterisk here as well, and that's to remind myself to say this so I don't forget. I may actually arbitrage this bet. I have a little bit of buyer's remorse on the Marcin Tybura line. It's even money, and I put a half a unit on that. So a unit's $100. I gave the sports books $50. If Marcin Tybura wins, they give me 100 back. Okay? I double my money, essentially. If I take another 50, a separate 50, and I put it on Jhonata, who is now a healthy underdog at like plus 150, I would give them $50 and they would give me 150 back. I think. No, I didn't do that math right. You get the point. I'll get more than 100 back. So I'll make some profit on that side. So I'm a little nervous about Marcin Tybura. I think he gets the takedown and I think he wins his fight. That's why I bet on him. But as the week goes on, it's like he is old. Jhonata is a very good striker. And if Jhonata catches him, this is a bad bet. But because I got this at plus money and I can get Jhonata at plus money right now, that might be worth it. The problem is this is exactly even money. So sorry for this little rant, but I'm explaining arbitrage bets for some of the new people. Arbitrage bets are you get a bet at plus money and then you can get the other side also at plus money. And that's what happens when lines swing sometimes. If this was plus 110, I could guarantee profit. Because it's plus 100, that's dead even. If I also go bet on Jhonata and Marcin wins, I'm at zero. I made no dollars. I lost no dollars, but I made no dollars. If Jhonata wins, then I will make a couple of bucks. So that's a long rant to say I did bet on Marcin Tybura. I do think he wins because the ground gap is very, very wide. But I am nervous about it because Jhonata is such a good striker. Then we got a couple of more bets. I got two other bets that make up the remaining 1.5 units. The payout there is 2.294 units. And then we have the safety parlay. I'm trying not to brag about the safety parlay because what ends up happening is we're on a heat like we are now. I've hit 6 safety parlays in a row. 4 of them were plus money. So what ends up happening is we hit that streak and it goes. And then people start betting $1,000 on the safety parlay, $2,000 because it is an insanely stable bet. The safety parlay long-term hits at over 70%, which is insane. In this sport, a single bet, a parlay no less, at 70% is insane. The problem is once I start really bragging about it and like, oh, the beacon of stability, then I'll miss a week and everybody's fucking panties burn up and they lose their minds. The reality is the safety parlay is one of many bets. Obviously, I throw the term safe on there, and the long-term stability of it is insane, so I do believe in it. What I will say this week, pay attention to my words. This week, I had to get creative with the safety parlay. There is no value left on the UFC 309 card outside of all these bets that I already have. So when I went to go place a safety parlay, I don't like to be overly exposed. I'm not going to put Damon Jackson in 9 parlays. I'm not going to do that. So in order to get you a safety parlay that wasn't minus 400, I had to get creative. If you want to unlock the safety parlay, the rest of my bets, all of Jacob's bets and everything else that we do, WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member. It's $10 for an entire month. Here's a teaser for Jakey Boy. He is not done. He can make 10 units right now if he doesn't take another bet, but he is not done. He always places additional bets. Another little PSA for you. I had a couple people commenting on the YouTube video saying, hey, I didn't see those Jacob bets at the end there. And that's because he added them Saturday morning. So just take a peek. If you're a premium member, make sure you take a peek. Obviously, check on Friday. Friday is a very, very, very important day. And then check again Saturday just to see if you missed anything. Here's a little teaser. Eduarda Moura is his underdog lock of the week, plus 135. Go watch his lock of the week video. He explains exactly why he thinks she wins, and he's got a phenomenal edit. I think she can pull it off. Obviously, I didn't pick her, but I think she absolutely can do it. That's why there's no bets for me on the other side. And then here's another little parlay from Jakey Boy. He's got Karine Silva and Charles Oliveira. He's clearly far more confident in Charles Oliveira than I ever will be. And that's actually decent odds at minus 112. And he put 1.12 units on the board to net one single unit of profit. Unlock the rest of his bets, Artem's bets, the picks, everything else. Artem, who we talk about occasionally on this channel, picked the perfect card last week. All 11 fights, got him 100% correct. WeWantPicks.com, click become a member. Literally the greatest value in this space. It's freaking $10 heading into a pay-per-view. That $10 includes the next pay-per-view as well, UFC 310. Here's a look at BetOpenly. You go back to the first slide, you saw the BetOnline odds and then the BetOpenly odds. BetOpenly can offer better odds to everybody because they are not a sportsbook. It's peer-to-peer, human-to-human betting. A sportsbook needs to beat you to stay in business. If everybody's winning money, sportsbooks go out of business. Well, BetOpenly is not a sports book. They just facilitate bets between different human beings. They don't care who wins or loses. They'll take 1% of the winnings. You win $100, they took $1. They take 1% of the winnings to run their business. Check them out now. You can win money from me. If the safety parlay loses, you can win money from Jacob. If the lock of the week loses, you can go to WeWantPicks.com/BetOpenly or just go to BetOpenly.com. If you want $50, we'll send you $50. Go to WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up with any one of our affiliate partners using the link. Make the deposit, and we send you $50 as a thank you. It's affiliate marketing. You're going to use the link. They're going to pay me. I'm going to slice off some of that money and give it to you. In order to get this, though, we do have a form. It says claim $50. You got to fill that out. How else do I know who you are, what your account is, and how you want to get paid? WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up, make a deposit. We'll get you paid. Good luck this weekend, guys. We're winding down to the end of the year. Let's all make some money before we go out.